and they're looking in a very comfortable position against their Korean opposition. A new pair, like the pair we are about to watch, Chang Ye-na and Kim Hae-rin. So exactly 1 year's time will be the first day of the badminton competition here at the 2020 Olympic Games. I'm Jill Clark, and Steen Peterson still alongside me. And Steen, it sort of sends shivers down my spine to think we're only a year away from the badminton competition getting underway.
Yeah, we just finished Rio, you feel.
Yes.
So sometimes 3 years, they run quickly.
Yeah. Well, isn't it great to see some young fans in here? Incidentally, a young fan who was sitting at breakfast next to me just the other morning happens to be a men's singles coach that we've just seen on court, Nakanishi.
Yeah.
He was telling me that he was a young 11-year-old boy, came to watch the Japan Open finals when I won my last title here. My goodness me, that makes me feel a little old, but a wonderful story. We were chatting away as if it was the good old times.
In 91.
91. Well done, Steen. Well done. Yeah. One of my very special tournaments, this, the Daihatsu Yonex Japan Open. And the fans eagerly awaiting the Olympic champions. Of course, Matsutomo and Takahashi champions here in 2014 and 2017. And were beaten in the final in 2016, and that was rather ironic because it was just after the Rio Olympics where they'd beaten Yule and Pedersen in the final in the Olympic Games, and then in the final of the Japan Open the result was reversed. But here come the players now for our fourth match of the day, the women's doubles. Will Matsutomo and Takahashi be able to get through to the quarter-final once more? This, unbelievably, is their 12th consecutive appearance here at their home event, the Japan Open. Three-time finalists, well, achieved so much in world sport, in the sport of badminton, but the one thing missing from their CV, I suppose, is a World Championship gold medal, and we've got the World Championships coming up next month, so a chance for them to rectify that. Now, as you saw, this is the first meeting between the two pairs. That's not surprising at all, because Chang Ye-na and Kim Hae-rin, although they played two tournaments together last year, reaching the semi-final of the German Open, lost the first round of the All England the following week. They have only just reformed their partnership and have only played two tournaments this year, so not surprising the two pairs have not met previously. So this is Sayaka Takahashi. She's 29 years of age, born in Kashihara City in Nara Prefecture, and she and her partner went up one place on the world ranking this week, and that was to number 3. But they have been number ones, as you can see from that, a total of 127 weeks across 4 different spells as world number ones. So 2 years younger, Matsutomo, than her partner, and she was born in Tokushima, northeast of Shikoku Island in southern Japan. So as I was telling you about Ayaka Takahashi, that gives me a chance to tell you more about their tournaments this year. Last week was their 4th final in only their 10th tournament of the year. They lost in the final of the Indonesia Super 100 event to the number 2 seeds here, Fukushima and Hirota. Number 2 seeds, but a couple of days ago, Fukushima and Hirota, the defending champions, went back up to number 1. Well, as far as Matsutomo and Takahashi are concerned, in the very first round, they beat the European Games silver medalists, Chloe Birch and Lauren Smith, 13 and 13 in 38 minutes. So to the left-hander, Chang Ye-na, she's 29 years of age, born in the Korean capital of Seoul. And she has been as high as number 2 in the world, as you can see with Lee So-hee. Currently number 11 in the world with Jung Kyung-eun. And her partner, Kim Hae-rin, who's making her 4th appearance here, is 24 years of age. And she has been as high as 11 on the world rankings. So this is just their 5th tournament together, but in the very first round they beat Tsukuramoto and Takahata of Japan. And when you consider that that Japanese pair last year reached an incredible 9 tournament finals, winning 7 of them. But it has to be said, at a lower tier of tournament than these 750 and 1000 events. So our court officials, as you saw for this one, is Wayana and Flynn Dattan of India. So the left and right-handed combination, always very effective in all of the doubles disciplines, as we saw a little earlier in the mixed doubles with Watanabe and Higashino. So we're just about ready for the start of this second round match.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Chang Yena and Kim Irin, Korea. And on my left, Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi, Japan. Ayaka Takahashi to serve to Kim Irin. Lofo, play.
So umpire Guayana calls for play to get underway. And I can tell you immediately that the winner of this match will play against Du Yue and Lee Hun-hui in the quarter-final tomorrow. And that's a good start by the Japanese pair. And of course, Matsutomo and Takahashi a year ago in their very first match. Who did they lose to?
Du and Lee.
Exactly, the pair waiting the winners of this match in the quarter-final stage. So that could be a very interesting encounter. But we're only 2 points into the match. We can't jump ahead of ourselves.
But it's interesting, you talked about the 12th appearance for Matsutomo and Takahashi. So it's total opposite for the Koreans. They seem to have a rule in the national team: you cannot play more than 10 tournaments together. Then you have to change to a new partner. Where in Japan, you never ever see that. You don't see that change of partnerships. When you've made a partnership, then you play in that partnership, and then you develop as a pair.
Yeah, good point.
So that's a total fundamentally two totally fundamentally different ways of doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying it's so fundamentally different, the thinking behind it.
Yeah, it's good placement on the smash, isn't it, towards the left-hander. And just to emphasise your point, Steen, Chang Ye-na, the left-hander on court, has been in one semi-final, but 4 quarterfinals, because she needed to be in a quarterfinal to get to the semi-final. 4 quarterfinals with 4 different partners.
Yeah.
Just proving your point. In this particular tournament, that is.
I thought she and Lee So-hee was a formidable combination.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of good women's doubles players, and we also have to remember that is it Lee Yu-rim who's out with Achilles injury, I think. So they've been
5-1.
bugged by numerous injuries, the Korean women's doubles team.
half smash. Oh, it's called in, yes. I think there needs to be a challenge here. We're quite a long way away from the court, but I think that was definitely worth a challenge. So we'll see what Hawkeye has to say about that. Oh no, it was plumb on the line. Good call, line judge.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining.
We want to remember, of course, that Chang was a World Championships silver medalist, wasn't she, with Hye-won, who has just suddenly reappeared on the world stage playing mixed doubles. That's it. They won the Canadian Open, didn't they? Was it the Canadian Open they won?
They won one of the tournaments recently.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one it was. That was back in 2013 they won that silver, wasn't it?
Yes, in Guangzhou. Well, quite frankly, at the moment, the Japanese pair look a class above.
I was puzzled that Kim and Chang lost the final to, that was in Canada Open, I think, to Sechana Mapasa and Guanyu Somerville from Australia. They play really well, the Australians, but I would just think that the individual skills of these two players would be able to match Somerville and Mapasa.
Yeah.
And especially thinking that Chang Yena's former partner, Jung Kyung-eun, is now playing with Baek Han-na, and that's not going particularly well either.
No.
Whilst when they were paired up in the other pairings, Baek Han-na and Kim Ha-rin, there was some potential in that, I think, and I mean, Lee Rim hopefully also comes back from injury at some point. So I'm puzzled by the switches in pairings by the Korean team, I must say that.
Yeah, and I tend to agree with you, especially at this late stage. I mean, we're well into the Olympic qualifying period.
We talked about it, that, I mean, also in the men's doubles, they've also been switching the pairs, not between that many players, but they've been switching, and they could end up qualifying no pair for the Olympics unless they want to select one of the independent pairs. Former world champions Koo Seung-kyun and Shin Baek-chol is at the moment the highest ranked Korean men's doubles pair.
That's a much better rally by the Koreans, wasn't it?
Is there a strapping on Chang Yena's right? There's a huge strapping.
Yeah.
And also on Kim Ha-rin's right leg. Wow. That's also a possible explanation on some of these results here, that they simply practice really, really hard, even though they play tournaments, because you need to do that in order to be in shape for World Championships, eventual Olympic qualification and so on. Missed it.
Little hold and push from Mizaki Matsutomo, and the reigning Olympic champions have a 7-point advantage here at the mid-game interval of the opening game. They're looking good at the moment. The doubles, is he's not the head coach of the whole squad.
That's Antti Chang.
That's right.
Yeah, I think he's the head coach of doubles, and Lee Kyung-won.
Yeah. Olympic silver medalist.
Also,
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
They swap over who they're talking to, and very, very different style to the European way of coaching. But who are we to argue, Steve? Because
nobody wants to be coached by us.
lots of people want to be coached by you.
Play.
So 11-4.
Service over. 5-11.
Oh, that's a great smash. Saw that Matsutomo was weighted, committed to the forehand defense.
11.
Yeah,
And aimed
fantastic
towards,
placement.
yeah, towards her left hip. No wonder they're happy with that. Well.
7-11.
3 straight points since the resumption of play after the mid-game interval. And all 3 points to the Korean combination. All of a sudden, it's believable again. 10-1 down on stage. Wow. What on earth has happened?
8-11.
Yeah, not a good return directly into the forehand of the left-hander.
Oh, lovely block. Did well to get that back, Takahashi. It's a good rally. Oh, missed opportunity from Kim Hae-rin.
Service over.
Yeah, she knows it. Look at the reaction.
8.
On this rally so far.
I thought that was a bit lucky. I don't think anyone of the 2 Japanese women would have been able to return that.
No, neither of them looked as if they were covering it.
No.
Service over. 9-13.
Yeah, they found her left hip once again. Once again, Mizaki Matsutomo caught out, committed
10,
on her defense.
13.
And that overcommitment has been exposed a couple of times now.
It's like they've come out underestimating their opponents since the interval.
Yeah. Nice block. Yeah, and there was me making comment about the different style of Asian coaching. Well, it had a jolly good effect as far as the Koreans were concerned.
Service over, 11-14.
Good rally. Oh, that's a brilliant smash from Chang.
She's got a great attack, in my opinion, left-hander. Both when she played with, or especially when she played with Lee So-hee, I think it really was a good fit, those two players together. Because Lee So-hee, with her work rate and so on, she could cover around Chang Ye-na, and she could come in with her lethal left hand there. That was a great combination, in my opinion.
Play. Service over. 15-12. Play.
Just varying the attack on Matsutomo. That time going down her forehand side. And she was really looking for the shot down her backhand. That's good play though, good variation.
Normally she's so quick at switching. I don't know if they got some kind of video read on Matsutomo.
Well left as a challenge. It's the second challenge of this opening game. If they're wrong on this, they've got no challenges left. Here we go. What does Hawkeye say?
Yeah, they were wrong, but they thought they could shout it in.
Challenge unsuccessful, no challenge remaining. Service over, 16-13. Chang Ye-na will be served. Chang Ye. Chang Ye-na, receive. Play.
even move. Kim Ha-rin there.
17-13.
Well, when we talk about placing it on the left hip,
Yeah,
I think that is just about perfection.
that's perfection. It really is.
Oh, lucky net cord for Kim.
Service over. 14-17.
It's been a strange first game here because
Doesn't it?
somehow I feel that MATSUTOMO and Takahashi, they are in full control, even though they were about to squander that big lead there. But on the other hand, I'm not. If I was a gambler, I wasn't really willing to bet anything on that they would take this first game. It just seems that it would be a steal if Kim and Chang should take this opening game here. Japanese TV focusing in on the knee strapping on Misaki and MATSUTOMO. I don't know if maybe they know more than we do.
Yeah, it's always present these days, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think it's visible in the game if there should be anything wrong with him.
No. Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, her movement seems fine.
Service over. 18-15. Satu. Chang Yena gives the shuttle.
Well, Koreans wanted the shuttle changed. Japanese pair didn't, and Yana, Armpart,
Play.
agreed with the Japanese pair. Oh my goodness, good defense. Went for the left hip once more of MATSUTOMO and forced a weak reply. Watch this placement. It's so accurate, so good.
16-18.
Well, at least MATSUTOMO's getting a racket on it now. She wasn't doing that earlier on.
It's interesting that they're going for her because she's normally the one who changes the defense around for the Japanese pairing. But if there's so much pressure on here, then perhaps she's also the one that makes more mistakes. But she is, we can see that.
Yeah. That's a lovely return of serve. Aim towards the tram line.
19,
Past the net player,
16.
landing in front of the rear court player. Wonderful double shot. Only 2 points the deficit.
17,
I know exactly
19.
what you were talking about just a moment ago, Steve. I mean, they were 10-1 up, the Olympic champions. One felt they were cruising it, and now one just feels a little uneasy from their perspective. They're almost as if the confidence has just seeped from them.
There's a little bit too much luck involved here. I mean, they let luck be a part of it as well, because, I mean, if you play a random rally, you'll win a number of percentages and the opponent will win a number of percentages. But then you have luck where you can win 2 or 3 rallies in a row. So
Service error on 17-19. Would you believe it?
Game point, 17.
And that gives 3 game point opportunities to the number 3 seeds and 3-time finalists, Matsumoto and Takahashi. Only needed the one opportunity. 21-17, the opening game.
MATSUTOMO and Ayaka Takahashi, 21-17.
Well, they started supremely well in that opening game and then went a little bit passive at one stage. But the opening game, 21-17 in 23 minutes. Hi, Nakajima. Steve, lady coach.
Is it, I guess it would be you? No, I don't think so.
Maybe it's team coach?
Yeah, Eunice's team, definitely.
Olympic champion in badminton's first ever Olympic Games. Three-time winner of this title with Park Jevon.
That was Yu Hirayama, who's with Eunice's team, the female coach. As a singles player in her playing days, but of course you're allowed to coach both categories.
Yes, absolutely.
Second game, Lobo, play.
So the reigning Olympic champions, the number 3 seeds, Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi. Nearest to us, one game to the good, 21-17, the opening game. The distinction of becoming the first home winners of the Japan Open women's doubles title when they won in 2014. And ironically, it was the first who guaranteed a title that year for Japan because it was the Japanese women's doubles final. Beat Oreka Kakiwa and Mayuki Maeda in that final 5 years ago. Went under the net. So Steve, the last Korean pair to win the Japan Open women's doubles title.
Last Korean pair.
It's been some time. 15 years ago.
15 years, 2004.
Yep. Oh, that's a missed opportunity from Matsutomo.
Service over.
And it should be Lee Kyung-won and Lee Hoo-jung.
You're half right. And the lady on the coaching bench, Lee Ho-jung. Not Lee Ho-jung.
Lee Kyung-won.
Was actually playing with Ra Kyu-min that year.
She was. The coach that she relieved in the chair.
Service over. 3-1.
That was a good flick serve, wasn't it? Kind of off balance when she played that. Good rally. the skies, drop shot and change of pace.
4-1. Service over. 2-4. Service over. 5-2.
This is where, if we're right, according to the drift coming from the Japanese side towards the Korean side, they should have a little bit of an easier task of converting their attacks in this game here, Matsutomo and Takahashi.
Did you not think that had landed in, that last one?
No?
You thought it was out?
Yeah, I've been perfect all day in these
Have you? I haven't got one right so
calls.
far. That's par for the course for me, isn't it? Always getting it wrong.
7-2.
Didn't really seem to stretch up for that one, did she?
No. I can understand her frustration. There should not be a mistake on a shot like that. Very rarely a winner. And therefore you can't afford to make too many errors on it either.
Service over. 4-8.
Well, it's one service error for each pair now, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah.
That's well put away by Matsutomo.
Service over. 9-4. Play.
That's well left.
Service over. 5-9.
situations where Takahashi comes out from the front court there.
Service over. 10-5. Thank you. Play.
Yeah, it's well taken.
Service over.
Don't think the serve
6,
was
10.
that tight over the net. Gave her the opportunity on the return to set herself up. They're not going to make the same mistake twice, are they, the Olympic champions? Get a nice healthy lead and then allow opponents to catch back up. That's a little harsh because I think the Koreans, certainly from 1-10 down in the first, started playing much better. Good rally and well finished off from Mizaki MATSUTOMO. She's been sharp at the net today and she's played lovely variation in pace. Beautiful little block. And a 4-point advantage for the former champions. Not much information coming from Lee Kyung-won.
No, she has been talking earlier, but there's some frustration.
Play.
So 11-7 the lead. Off service fault called now. Called on Ayaka Takahashi. Above the 1.15 meter mark.
Play.
Yes, that's a very good smash. You were talking about her smash earlier, Steve.
Yeah.
That was a wonderful example.
11.
Dry smash. Left-handed. Reminds me a little bit of Kimberly to Yule's left-handed smash. That's where I feel that with Lee So-hee around her to do all the playmaking to set her up, she would be a fantastic player, Chang Yina. But on the other hand, Lee So-hee is always also forming a formidable partnership with Shin Sung-chun. Were they all England champion, Lee So-hee and Chang?
Yes, they were.
They were, yeah.
Beat the Danes in the final.
Exactly.
Oh, it's just long. 2017, it's 2 years ago, that this lady won the All England title with Lee So-hee.
13-9.
I think that might have been the longest rally of the second game.
Service over. 10-13.
Oh, yes. I know we've discussed it before, Steen, but I think now, the reigning Olympic champions, I think Matsutomo is going for things even more at the net, hunting the shuttle.
Yeah, she is, and that's why it's sometimes puzzling when she's put on the back court that she sort of seems content to do it. Maybe it's some kind of plan in terms of getting stronger, getting more balanced ahead of the World Championships, but also ahead of the Olympics. So sometimes she seems content, or the pair seems content that, okay, now Matsutomo's on the back line. And she just works really, really hard there, and very often it's good enough that there's no doubt in my mind that the by far better position is with Takahashi in the back court and Matsutomo on the front court. Also because Takahashi doesn't really do anything on the front court.
Yeah. That was well played by the Koreans.
12-14.
It's getting awfully tight again, isn't it?
Play. Play, please.
Oh, came off the frame of the racket. This timing from Hayrin.
15-12.
Yeah, that was the aggression. Oh, yes. Very, very good rally.
17-12. Thank you.
running out for the Koreans.
It was a costly 2-3 points there.
Play.
But it's the same feeling like in the first game that I won't say the Japanese pair is toying with the Koreans, because I don't think that's the case. I just have the feeling that they should win this, Matsutomo and Takahashi.
But they're just not finishing it off when they have their opponents seemingly under pressure. Good drive forward from Takahashi.
18-13.
Good pressure.
I'm also thinking a little bit about the next round. If they're playing duo and lead, that could become a problem again this year, I think.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they have to up their game a little bit, I suspect, from today. Even though they've been doing well, I don't think they can afford the fluctuations, so to speak.
Yeah, well played. And a nice way to bring up match point opportunities. And I'm in agreement with you, Steen. I think they'll have to keep the intensity all the way through the match. If they win one of these next 7 points, which they win the first, an error on the return of serve means that the number 3 seeds, the Olympic champions, Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi, safely through to the quarterfinal. And they will play in the quarterfinal, the pair that beat them last year. But confirmation from the umpire of the scoreline there, 2 straight games. A match lasting 46 minutes. And the 2-time former champions, this a real gift on their first match point opportunity. That was a good serve, but you must, when your match point's down, you must make your opponents play the shuttle. So 46 minutes, 21-17, 21-13, and the number 3 seeds, Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi, through to the quarterfinal, safely through. And that means in the top half of the draw, there are now 3 pairs from Japan. But Matsutomo and Takahashi, tough match tomorrow against the pair that beat them a year ago, Du Yue and Li Yinwei.